Hi. Yesterday, I spoke about a post that I put in a group about are you coaching um, full time? And if not, why not? And I told you about Tom, who had kind of his brain had exploded a bit with all of the stuff he was trying to create without any focus on who what he was creating was aimed at. And I ended up in quite a long chat with him. He's based in New Jersey or New York or somewhere over the other side of the Atlantic. And we ended up probably talking for 10 or 15 minutes on chat. And one of the things he said is, I've been through a ton of programs and they all start with some version of the client avatar. I can't figure it out. And up to this point, no one has been able to help me tie it all together. And he is not alone in that. He is not alone. Most of the coaches that we work with have an idea that they're supposed to have a niche, at least that they're supposed to have a niche, and possibly they've got an idea that they're supposed to have an ideal client as well. They don't know who their ideal client is, and if you ask them what their niche is, they'll say, "Oh, women in business," or men in technology, and those are niches that are 1,000 miles wide. And what you're looking for is somebody within a niche. Let me explain. If you imagine a funnel, like as in literally like a kitchen funnel, the wide end of the funnel is the niche. And what you're looking for as a coach who is going to use their resources wisely, hold that thought, I'll explain about resources. But if you're going to use your resources wisely, what you need is an individual within that niche. And that individual needs to have an awful lot of personal details, because then people who fit that kind of client profile will hear what you say. And I can say this with absolute certainty because it's the way we've grown the coaching revolution, using exactly this method of marketing. And we've gone from non-existent on the 27th of January 2017 to one of the industry biggies. Our success rate is arguably, I've yet to find anybody who's got a better success rate than us. It's the best in the industry. Now, this business about resources that I said, I'll come back to you on resources. As people who have our own businesses, we have limited resources, and those resources are time, money, and energy. And we need to spend those resources as intelligently and as carefully as we possibly can. And if you are trying to market to everyone, then that might, if you're going to do it all over social media, it might cost you time and energy and not money. And you think that's okay because I've got loads of time. But you won't attract people if you are talking about generic coaching terms. Let me explain why I say that. So coaches love to talk about removing limiting beliefs. The problem with trying to remove a limiting belief, or talking to people about removing their limiting beliefs specifically, we can remove the limiting beliefs, but when you're talking to somebody who doesn't know what coaching is, they don't understand it at all, or worse, they think they know exactly what it is, and you say, well, I can help you remove limiting beliefs, they're going to think, oh, I haven't got any limiting beliefs. Because that's the thing about limiting beliefs, isn't it? That until you know that something that you believe to be the truth, the absolute truth, is merely a belief of yours, you think it's the absolute truth. So you can't tell somebody you can help them remove limiting beliefs, because they'll think, they're not talking to me. I don't need limiting beliefs removing. So having an ideal client that you can focus everything that you do, just like the coaching revolution does. I do all of the marketing and business development for the coaching revolution, and everything I do is aimed at one person, one individual. And I will tell you all about her in my next live. Her name's Stella, by the way.